There are things that you should never say to a woman. There's a laundry list of things that you should never say to women. But in today, I want to go over these 5 things that you should never say to a woman that you're attracted to. I see so many guys say these things to women thinking that they're being nice and polite and it's going to help win them over, and not realizing that it's actually turning women off and destroying their chances of attracting her. So if you're like most men, you might have already said these things to women in the past and messed things up without even knowing it. But I can guarantee that once you watch this video, it will not happen to you ever again. So you'll know exactly what to say instead and why. That said, let's dive in. My name is Marni, and from here on out, I'm going to be your very own personal wing girl. Every week, I'm going to give you the no BS insider info about what women really want versus what they say they want, plus the most effective methods to win over any woman you like. So just hit that subscribe button now so you never miss a video. All right, let's get started. Here are the 5 things you should never say to women. Number 1, the swooning compliment. These are any compliments that show that you're awestruck or overly impressed by a woman's beauty and appearance. In other words, you're swooning over her. So this includes things like, you're so gorgeous, or oh my God, you're so incredibly hot. Wow, you have the most amazing eyes. You're the most beautiful woman I've ever seen before. So many guys will say things like this to an attractive woman, thinking that these are nice things to say, and hopefully she'll like them more because they've said these things. But here is the problem with saying things like that. If she's an attractive woman, she's heard this a million times before from a bunch of other guys, probably like 4 other guys that evening. Even if she smiles and responds with, thank you, that's just her being polite. In reality, it has no positive impact or effect on her. In fact, what it actually does is show that you're just like every other guy, right? There's nothing original about what you're saying. You can't really see her. You're just completely mesmerized by her beauty. It also tells her that you're not used to being around beautiful women, and she's probably out of your league. So all in all, it's a really bad conversation move, okay? However, there's one caveat to this. There's one situation where compliments like, oh, you're so incredibly gorgeous, or you're the most beautiful woman I've ever seen before, can work. And that's when a woman is already attracted to you and emotionally invested. Right? You've already done other things, and then you're giving her this. She's like, oh, I love you too. That's when these compliments can carry weight, and she's actually happy to hear them. But until that point, until she's genuinely attracted to you, these types of compliments are pointless and will only hurt your chances with her. Number 2, the preemptive disqualifier. Say that you're about to start a conversation with a woman, and you say something like, hey, sorry for bothering you, but... Or let's say you're about to tell her a story and you start off the story by saying, I don't know if you'll find this interesting, but. Or you're about to ask her out and you say, hey, this might be a little too forward, but. What you're doing in these examples is that you're disqualifying yourself before you do the thing that you want to do. You're telling her what you're about to do is going to suck, that whatever comes out next is crappy and she shouldn't pay attention. And she should basically prepare for complete disappointment, right? And that's just one part of it. The second thing is that you're making yourself look so timid and insecure. This won't be good enough for you. I mean, take the example where you're about to talk to a woman and you say something like this. Hey, sorry for bothering you, but you see the lack of confidence it shows? Why would you approaching her be bothering her? You're literally apologizing for wanting to talk to her, and you're awesome. So many guys think this is just them being polite or humble, but it's not. It's like training her brain to think about you a certain way. It is weak and it's unattractive. If a strong, confident man wanted to talk to a woman, he wouldn't apologize for it, or he wouldn't say that what he's doing is bothering her. He's going to start talking to her. If he's about to tell a story, he won't say that she might not like this story. He'll expect her to be interested because he finds it interesting, and he can make it sound interesting. If anything, a confident guy would preemptively qualify his actions. So if he's telling a story, he might go, hey, you're going to love this. So the other day, right? And then he's going to go from there. He's going to prep the story, or maybe not even prep it at all. You don't always have to do that, but don't preemptively crap all over yourself and your actions ever again. Don't undersell your choices and your behavior. You go for it, and you do it boldly because you're proud of it. You own it. You will always be better off that way. Number 3, the awkward hey. The awkward hey goes something like this. Like that. You see a woman you want to talk to, and you start the conversation off with, hey, or hey, even if you say it proudly, right? Followed up by silence. Here's the big problem with this one. People want to talk to people who make conversation feel effortless and who help pull them out of their shell. This is especially true in a man to woman interaction. Women want you, the man, to be the conversational leader and guide and take charge of the interaction. If you go, hey, and then you expect her to carry the conversation that you started right forward, she's just going to feel awkward and overwhelmed by the pressure and not know where to go. And she's going to try and walk away from that conversation as quickly as possible. Not because she doesn't like you, because she doesn't know what to say. So what you do instead is give women a topic or line of conversation to answer and respond to so they can speak easier. So for example, if you're standing in line to get coffee and you see a cute girl, don't just say, hey, to her. You can say something like, hey, what are you thinking of getting? I'm in the mood to try something new today, right? If you are at the gym, you say, hey, are you new here? I haven't seen you here before. What are you working on today? If you're talking to a group of women, hey, what brings you all out tonight? What's the occasion? Now, at least they know what they can talk about next, right? They don't have to be searching for ways to carry the conversation or just run away. You've made it easy for them to respond. This also is something that applies to texting women on dating apps and messaging platforms, right? Never lead with just, hey, or hi. Add something to it that makes it easy for them to jump into the conversation, right? Something for them to react to. Assume the burden of the conversation. Remember, people want to talk to people who make conversation feel effortless and make it more comfortable for them. Number 4, the approval shower. This happens when you're talking to a woman you really like and you have those rose-colored glasses on. Everything they say is perfect to you and so funny. And so she's telling you a story about her last vacation and you go, oh wow, that's amazing. She's telling you how she's trying to learn guitar, which is freaking cool because I'm learning how to play guitar, but you say, that's so cool. She's talking about her favorite restaurant and you say, oh, that sounds so awesome. When you hear yourself saying things like, that's so cool and that's amazing repeatedly in a conversation, it's a habit I have as well that I'm trying to work on, you need to stop doing it. This sort of approval shower does not go well with women. First of all, it feels fake and it feels inauthentic. Not everything someone says can be cool and amazing. And like, that's it. And the more you say it, the more it loses its impact. Secondly, it makes you look like a people pleaser. And these are all subconscious things too. It's not like they're consciously thinking this, but if you're repeatedly responding with that's amazing to whatever she says, she can tell that it's because you are just trying to please her and you want her to like you. You're essentially sucking up to her. And women, we don't like suck ups, right? We don't want somebody that we feel higher than. There's no bigger turnoff for a woman than a guy sucking up to her and trying to desperately please her. So when you're in a conversation with a woman, say things are amazing when they truly strike you as amazing. From your point of view as a confident man, don't shower her with approval. Wait for her to actually earn it. And then you can give it to her. In fact, at times, instead of saying something is cool or amazing or awesome, you can actually use something called playful approval. So let's say she was telling you, again, that she's learning the guitar. You could say something like, okay, so you're a musical girl. I like that. You're one step closer to winning me over, just 99 more to go, right? You're obviously approving of her with this one, but you're adding in a little playful joke or tease to it, and that makes her laugh and eases any awkward tension that there might be. You don't always have to use this trick. You can say, that's awesome, when something really is awesome, but it's an option to consider because it's something women really like. Okay, number 5, the escalation question. There are 2 common versions of this one. Hey, do you want to go out sometime? And hey, can I get your number? Both of these have the same goal. You want to escalate things to the next level. You want to see this woman again because you like her and she has gone to the next level with you. Now, on paper, these questions seem nice and polite and totally normal, right? And you might assume that this is how you respectfully ask a woman out or get her number. The problem is, while these questions might be nice and respectful, it shows a major lack of confidence, right? They're just like words. Words have impact, and that significantly drops a woman's interest in you and just the way she feels about you. Because here's the thing: a confident man wouldn't ask if like she would like to go out sometime. He would assume she wants to go out with him, assume attraction. He would assume that, of course, she must want to go out with him because he's freaking amazing. So instead of framing it as a question, hoping for her to say yes, he'll just tell her what he wants. Okay, so that goes something like this: hey, let's get drinks this Friday. I know this cool place downtown that I think you'll really like. And when she agrees, he would just hand out his phone and say, put in your number, put in your contact. Or he would say, great, give me your phone number. I'll put it in my contacts. That's how you confidently escalate things forward. And again, there's nothing horrible about the other way. This is just better. Instead of asking, you tell her what you want. Clearly tell her the next step forward. This isn't impolite or rude. Remember, she has the option to say no, and you have to listen to it. You're not forcing her to do anything. But by telling her what it is you want, you sound sure of yourself. You radiate a strong sense of confidence, and that really makes it easier to respond back with positivity. Now, if there are issues around the day, time, or location of the date, you can sort that out with her afterwards. That is not a big deal. But when you're about to make that initial move to escalate things with her, you're always better off by telling her what you want directly and without hesitation. Because like I said before, women will feel excited and turned on with that display of confidence. Now, speaking of turning her on, I'd like you to know the things that you should say to a woman to create that sexual spark with her, to make her crave you and want to be more than just your friend, because who the heck wants more friends? So I'm going to suggest you click the link in the description below and check out my program called the F Formula. And here is why. The F Formula gives you a simple step-by-step breakdown of how to have fun, flirty, sexual conversations with a woman that make her heart race and get all tingly all over. And it gives you tons of examples of what to say to turn women on and get her in the mood. It literally teaches you how to flirt. And the best part is over 40,000 of my students have actually used this formula to attract, date, and be with beautiful women. And many have used it to turn things around with a woman who has lost interest in them in the past or started pulling away. So there's no reason why it can't do the same thing for you. To find out everything about the F Formula, click the link in the description below. I've made a special video for you where I reveal what this formula is and how it works. So just hit the link to see it now. And of course, thank you for watching this video to the very end. As always, I'll see you again next week.